Hi students, welcome to the lesson about participles part 2. Please turn to page 167 of your grammar book. In the last video, we know that there are two types of participles, the present participles and the past participles. This time, we will focus on how present participles are used as adverbs. Remember, present participles are verbs ending in ing. Number 1. We use present participles when one action happens in the middle of another. So, there is a shorter action which happens in the middle of a longer action. For example, she hurt her leg while playing tennis. The word playing is our present participle. It refers to a longer action. We also use present participles when two actions happen at the same time. For example, he stood at the entrance of the cinema waiting for his girlfriend. The two actions, standing and waiting, happen at the same time. 3. We use present participles when one action happens immediately after another. For example, hearing the crash, they rushed out to see what had happened. Immediately after we heard the crash, we rushed outside. Hearing the crash and rushing outside happened immediately after another. 4. We use present participles when one action happens before another. For example, having checked his emails, he started doing his homework. So, after he checked his emails, he started doing his homework. After the action 1 finished, action 2 started. He first checked his emails, then he started doing his homework. Another example, having proofread his composition, he submitted it to his teacher. So, after the action proofreading has finished, then he started another action, submitting his composition to his teacher. We can also use present participle or past participle to explain. For example, being unwell, Tony took a day off. Being unwell is a participle phrase. It provides the reason for the day off of Tony. It explains why Tony was absent from work today. On page 169 of your grammar book, you can find that we use present participle. After the word when or while to refer to a longer action. Now please turn to page 170 part D. In this exercise, you are asked to combine the pairs of sentences. Begin each sentence with not participle phrase. So number 3 answer, not having much money. That is the participle phrase. Mr. Kwok can't afford a holiday abroad. Number 4, not being aware of the danger, they went swimming in the river. Now look at page 170 part E. Combine the sentences into one sentence using a present or a past participle. Number 2, we saw the accident. We dialed 999. we turn the verb saw to our present participle. We don't need to use we in the participle phrase because the doers of the two actions, seeing the accident and dialing 999, are the same, and therefore we just have to put we in the main clause. Number 3, the answer is not wanting to leave her mother alone. She cancelled her trip to Macau. And lastly, number 4, the answer is having switched his mobile phone off, Peter started reading. Action 1 is switching off his mobile phone, and action 2 is started reading. After action 1 is completed, then action 2 began. Okay, that's the end of Participles Part 2. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.